the one, the only Melodie Koloff. Melodie, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, blessed to be here with you. Gosh, I've been looking forward to talking to you for so long. That's great. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm really excited. I'm so glad you reached out. I was over the moon to be on your podcast today.
Oh, shit, touche. Very, you, me both. Oh my gosh, yeah. Um, I'm just as excited to have you on as well. Oh my goodness. Man, gosh, it's so good to see your face. My gosh. I have really missed your family for quite a while. I can't put into words what your family means to me, and what they've done for me over the years, and I'm blessed. It makes me blessed and grateful to be here with you right now. Just first off, so let you know, I mean, I'm really humbled that you're here with us today.
That means so much to hear that. You have no idea.
Oh gosh. So I mean, so what's going on with the Melody? How are things going?
Things are going great. We're doing the Koloff tour. It's kind of a little bit of a buzz right now.
Yes, tell
It's
us
pretty
about that.
active and we're going strong in it. It's Uncle
Yeah,
Nikita,
tell us about that. Yeah.
Uncle
Hmm.
Nikita, Uncle Vladimir, my cousin Neil, and myself
Nice.
be at some of them, not quite all of them, but we're all getting the gang back together and making new memories for the Koloffs. The Koloff legacy is nowhere near finished. It's got many more miles to go on the road and in your hearts. A lot of more memories to be made, a lot of more stories to be told. And so I'm excited to see how fans are going to react to it for sure.
Ah, fantastic. Oh gosh. Yeah, please give everyone my best. I miss everybody so much. So
I
much.
will.
Oh my gosh, so much history. Gosh, I've I've been in the ring just about like the entire Koloff family over the years, and geez, and I mean, I you know I Ivan was Ivan Koloff was one of my trainers that broke me pro wrestling. It was him, Nelson Royal, and Gene Anderson,
Oh, wow.
and Ivan had a school in the Indian Trail, right?
Hmm.
And Nelson and Gene Anderson had their school on the other side of Charlotte in Mooresville, right?
Yep.
So I mean, I was just like, back then I was young. I was like, I wanted to learn as much as I can. I was a sponge and wanted to learn, and boy, they gave it to me. But it was great. Oh my gosh, I learned so much, and the knowledge that they shared, I can never, re- I'm more than grateful for it. Let's put it that way. And I've been in the ring with Vladimir, and even Neil.
Really.
Yes.
Ain't he great? I love him. He's such a great wrestler.
Well, he really is. He really is top notch.
Absolutely.
And and Nikita. Matter of fact, actually, Nikita actually. I was honored to have Nikita be the official for one of my matches years ago.
Really? That's a rare commodity
Yes,
these days, isn't it?
yes. I got a matter of fact. I think I have the picture. I'll send it to you.
Oh, I would love to see
Um,
that. So gonna send
yeah,
that to me.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It was pretty wild. It was like a surprise, honestly, when the promoter told me that he was going to do that. Like, oh, okay. And so, yeah, yeah, great times. But yeah, I mean, gosh, Ivan. I can't tell you enough about Ivan. Oh my gosh, I mean, he was. If the world knew what a giving, loving, kind individual he was, I mean, honestly, I think he would be bigger than Hulk Hogan. Honestly, I mean, his real life persona behind
Hmm.
the scenes was just, I mean, one of the nicest, most giving people you ever want to meet. One,
Yeah,
so,
I
so,
certainly agree
so,
with you.
you know what I mean? Um, and it was just, I mean, every time he would walk a room, I mean, he would light up the room. I mean, it was just so kind, and I mean, he knew how to turn it on, and turn it off at the right times. And
Yeah.
he had that raspy voice, and he would like it was so intimidating when he would do it, right? But I mean, you capture him outside of that, it was like a total sweetheart of a man. He really was.
Funny you say it was intimidating. I never thought it was intimidating. I used to get so mad at him. He would embarrass me at school with that voice. And he would
Really.
pick me up from school with a voice or say, the Americans are gaining on us. We have to have a mission summit meeting right away. And I would be like, Papa, you can't leave voicemails like that on my phone. You can't come to school like that. I'm getting arrested. I was seriously concerned about it as a kid. I used to hate that voice. It never scared me. I
Right.
got about
Oh my goodness. Oh, it was great. And
it was so
oh man,
fun.
just and being on the road with him was fantastic. He would tell me some of the best stories,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, it was priceless. And um so many things I want to share here about Ivan. Oh my gosh. We probably could be here all night for that, but but
He had quite the imagination for his stories, for sure.
yes, he did. Yes, he did. Even like when I would go with him at times to the WalMarts, when he would do the charitable events for Children's Miracle Network and all that,
Hmm.
with him and Renee, and
Yeah.
which I oh gosh, Renee, I miss her so much too as well. I mean, gosh, we it was such a pleasure to be around. I mean to see him just actually be who he was, behind the facade of Ivan Koloff was just, I mean, what a great human being. I mean, I wish more people could have known that side of him.
Well, that's kind of what the Koloff tour is to kind of share his legacy. And so that's my goal, is to try to get people to see the great man that he was, which is quite a feat considering how much people hated him. But I
Right.
think he's got some work that still can be done even though he's not here anymore. He was such an astounding man. I think his legacy is going to touch hundreds of other people's lives still.
Ab- Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's wonderful that you all are keeping the legacy and the spirit alive and well with that. I mean, I think it's great. I really do. Now, oh gosh, so as I can tell, Ivan, he was such a machine. My gosh, he was such. I mean, up to the point where he had to slow down his retirement, but up to that point, he was such a machine. He can like literally wrestle all night.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, he was it was incredible to watch. I mean, I would see him blow up guys right and left in the ring, and I funny story. Another friend of mine, Road Dog Jesse James, right?
Hmm.
He had a match. He had a match with Ivan, right? And he was excited to be in the ring with him. And I told him, I said, Ivan can still go, right? and and I think he took me seriously, but I don't think he knew to what extent that what I was talking about to him as far as his conditioning, how he was in such great shape.
Yeah.
And Ivan, oh my gosh, after the match, I remember Real Talk just like collapsed, sat down. Said, gosh, that he blew me up so bad.
That's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, Ivan was such a great athlete and so much history. I mean, the things he accomplished. Um, I mean, throughout the years. With in his days when he was feuding with Bruno Sammartino
Mhm.
and up and wrestled literally all over the place and with the NWA. I mean, and he was part of some great tag teams as well.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
with him and Don Cornudle, and later on Nikita Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev and um, he's done a lot. Not only has he made his own mark, you know, with his own career, but I mean, he helped elevate so many others' careers as well.
Absolutely. I think that's really what he stood for. Outside of the ring, I think that's really what you could define his legacy as, truthfully.
And I mean, including yours truly. Oh my gosh. Uh, one of my first matches actually was with Ivan. Believe it or
Really?
not. Yes. Oh my God. I would, I would study tapes of him right when I was training, and next thing I'm watching guys like Ivan and Wahoo McDaniel videotapes of them, and next thing you know, when I actually start getting my feet wet, having my first matches in the business, next thing you know, I'm in the ring with these guys. I'm like, oh crap,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a lot more
and
intimidating in the ring with them for sure.
no doubt. So it's like it's like a pinch yourself moment all of a sudden. But
Yeah.
I learned. I mean, what are you talking about? Being on the learning tree and having that learning experience. I learned so much from Uncle Ivan. Just not only in wrestling, but how professionalism, how to conduct yourself, and how to be a genuine good human being, more or less.
That means the world to me as a granddaughter, I think, more than you realize.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, Ivan, I can't express how wonderful Ivan was, and what he meant not only to myself but a lot of us in the business. I mean, Ivan was definitely one of the good guys
It's not something
in the
you hear
industry.
every day, is it?
No, it really isn't. I mean, I
I don't
always
get to hear that sentence very often.
right. What's so funny is I say this quite often. I was like, through the years, I've said that a lot of the villains, the heels of the business, they're actually the nicest people.
Yep. They're some of the best people
all
you'll ever
all
meet.
the right, and all the tough people, all the tough men and women in business are actually the nicest people. They're actually human. I mean, they're actually you can actually have a conversation with them and all that. All the prima donnas are really the jerks. What?
I've not run into that yet in real life, but I could see how that could
You,
be true.
oh, you're not missing anything. Trust me. Oh, God. But I think you'll eventually know where I'm going with that. You'll, but uh, but yeah, gosh. But that's usually how it is. I mean, like a lot of my friends in the wrestling business are really they're the ones that are like the most revered. What I
Yeah.
mean? And they're like the nicest people. I mean, but it's a real blessing to have them people like that in your life, and Ivan was definitely
Yeah.
one of those. And uh, so funny story. I wanted to tell you this. I was talking about this the other day. It was a story, right? I was on my way to an event in, I think it's Gastonia, North Carolina,
Hmm.
right? And this was a show that Ivan and I both were booked on, and I Ivan was doing an autograph signing at a Walmart nearby, and I figured, heck, I'll just go by and see him, on my way there. And I usually, if I knew Ivan's there, I always would stop by and say hello. And he was doing a signing, and we chatted for a bit, and I was telling him about the show later on that night, and he was like, "Oh, really?" He said, "I wasn't. I was told that the show was canceled."
Oh
I
no.
was like, "I said, no, it's still on." I mean, I thought, because I didn't know he was told that either. Like, okay, so he invited me to ride with him down to the event, and when the promoter saw us walk in a locker room, he freaked out. And Ivan just, oh gosh, you're talking about come to Jesus meeting. Whew. Ivan just let him have it. And if before it was done, the promoter felt like a French fry. He was that small because Ivan had just chewed him out for. And I was oh gosh,
He
I
meant
had
business
tears in
for
my
sure.
yeah, I had tears in my eyes. I was cringing so hard, I was laughing. My sides were hurting. Right, it was the funniest thing.
That's
Right, but and then Ivan as he walks out the door, he winked at me. Right, you know.
he had such a weird sense of humor about him too.
Oh my goodness, yeah, yeah. Wait, you remember when he was he became a minister,
Yeah,
and he would always tell me when he was doing it because he was he was doing events, but he's also marrying people at the same time, right? And
yeah.
he was like, "Hey, Robbie, if you find out special with someone, maybe give me a call." And like, okay, I will remember that. And man, I just so many great stories with Ivan. I mean, I'll have to share more than with you sometime. But yeah, it was tremendous. I mean, what is there? Any you got any great Ivan Koloff stories you'd like to share?
Um, there's so many. You mentioned him doing weddings and ministering. I was
Hmm.
with him pretty much every weekend growing up. If I could be with him, I was with him. I
Mm.
traveled to wrestling matches and to weddings. There was one specifically at the North Carolina Aquarium. And so he was like, "Hey, we're going to take you on a little date to the aquarium." And I was like, "Okay." I thought just we were going to look at fish or something. And I was like, "Why are you wearing a suit to the aquarium?" And it didn't dawn on me till we get there. He was working. He didn't tell me he was
Oh
doing a
wow.
wedding or anything. And so he just let me venture around the aquarium while these two people are getting married. And I had no clue, couldn't tell you who they were. I really couldn't. But I enjoyed traveling with them growing up. I went on Sundays, usually how a weekend would work. Friday night there's a wrestling match. Saturday night there's an autograph signing during the day and during the night. And then Sunday we were in a church somewhere and he was preaching. So it was a very unique upbringing for sure. Always traveling, always on the road, always somewhere.
I believe it. I believe it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I, I just thought it was great that he was doing wrestling chain matches and then ministering the day
The
after.
next morning he gets up and goes to a church and preaches. It's what he was
That's
passionate about,
awesome.
wrestling and Jesus. That fully
That's
describes Ivan
amazing.
Koloff in 2 words.
That's amazing. That's so amazing. Oh, what a blessing he was, and still
Yeah,
is, and still is.
absolutely. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, gosh. So what I know, I know a lot of us in the business, including yours truly, were really lobbying for him to be put in the Hall of Fame, and which that finally did happen. Um,
Hmm.
what are your thoughts on that? And were you able to attend that ceremony? Or
Yes.
okay,
Yep.
great,
We were
great.
all there. It was my grandmother, my mom, and my dad, and all three of my sisters. There's four of us, and so we were all there in Vegas at the Hall of Fame. It was wonderful. They took great care of us, and it was really strange to be on that side of things. My little baby sisters, they had really not much time with him. He died when they were 1 and 2 years old, so they knew of him, they knew what he did, but they really didn't get to know him like me and my other sister did. And so they wake up on a plane, and then they wake up on the red carpet, and then they wake up at a 5 hour long ceremony. And so they were kind of lost going around Vegas for sure. But I get asked about the Hall of Fame quite often because there was some, I don't want to say controversy, but there was some discussions about the whole ordeal. And I honestly just think it's the greatest thing that they even, this long after he's passed away, I think it's such an honor to be able to be representing him and be a part of that family and still be recognized for that. For him to be recognized is amazing. They didn't have to do that, and we fully recognize that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, yeah, in my humble opinion, it was long overdue, no doubt,
It is. It's
long
crazy
overdue.
how long it took, but we never really thought that they would put him in there, and we were okay with that. He was okay with that, which is why we were. For a while there, I think he really did want to be in there with his friends, and rightfully so. He worked hard for it. But I think there was
Ab-
a level of acceptance towards the end there, and we were okay with that. He was happy with what he'd done. He had a happy family. He had an amazing career. He loved Jesus, and he was going home to be with Jesus. And so when we got that call, it was kind of like we kind of forgotten about it, like it was a thing we didn't really think about anymore. And so they took great care of us, and it was such an honor. He would have been so honored that it's that long after that they thought of him.
And I was so happy. They've finally gave him, paid homage to him and gave him his flowers for the Hall of Fame. It was such a, I mean, I I'm not gonna lie to you. I shed a couple tears when
I shed a lot of tears. It's okay.
yeah, yeah.
The
I was,
ceremony, I remember sitting there and they played the video, and I remember just looking at my sisters and looking at the screen, and I'm like, this is my papa up there. And a couple rows up front, there's Logan Paul and the Undertaker, and it's a really strange moment when you're looking at your papa on a screen, and then all these other people are looking at the same thing. It's a really weird situation, and I was just so proud of him. And he always told me how proud of me he was growing up, and I was like, now it's my turn to be proud of him. And it was a really full circle. I cried a lot that day.
oh man. Uh, oh, gosh, I just get goosebumps even talking about this with you.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Now, now, Ivan and my dad really got along good. They're really
Really?
good friends. They used to joke around a lot. Ivan used to call him Brute Bernard from back in the day, and he would laugh. He said, "Hey,
Yeah.
Brute, how you doing?" And my dad would just laugh. You know what I mean? But yeah, my dad loved Ivan so much. I mean, Ivan and his wife was Renee was so good to myself and my family. I mean, it was just always a blessing being around them. And in fact, Ivan even the last time I had interaction with Ivan was believe it or not was a birthday podcast. Someone was doing a
Really?
birthday bash podcast for me, and Ivan called in and was saying some very nice things. I mean, you didn't really have
Oh,
to, of course, but he said some
yeah.
really nice things, and it really meant a lot.
Oh, man.
So, but yeah, I'm sorry, I get choked every time I think about it. But
I have those moments too. It'll hit me out of nowhere some days, and I'm like, man, I miss him like crazy.
absolutely, oh my gosh, I sometimes I I pick up the phone and hopefully hear his voice saying hello,
Mm,
or because he would call every now and then say hello, and it was such a treat to have Ivan call and say hi, and
yeah.
catch up.
It's so weird too.
Uh,
We do this Koloff tour, and we get to, I talk about my grandfather every day of my life. That's actually my job, is doing marketing and wrestling stuff behind the scenes, and I literally talk about my grandfather every day of my life. That's my job. And the grieving process in that is a little strange. You don't get to just sit back and, well, it's the past now. I hear his voice every single day. And sometimes that's an amazing thing, but sometimes it's a bit harder, talking about memories and
yeah,
talking about hearing his voice and seeing him. And he's not here. But 9 times out of 10, it's just such an honor, and it makes my day. It makes me feel like he's still here. But some days it's a little difficult.
oh, I believe it. I so believe it. I know that feeling so well. Oh
It's a
my
strange
lord,
feeling.
it really is, right? Oh man. So how's the tour going with you guys? Everything going well?
Yeah, it's going amazing. It is by far, I think, something none of us expected to be a part of, or for it to be taking this well, actually. I think fans have been extremely receptive. We've gone and signed autograph at a couple of places now. We were in New York, and then the guys were in Vegas. And actually, our next show will be June 6th. It's going to be in Benson, North Carolina. And
All
it's going to be
right.
an Ivan Koloff Memorial Tag Team Tournament. So it's actually an Ivan Koloff show surrounded by the legacy, and all of the Koloffs are going to be there, which is a rare thing for this. This is the first time all of the Koloffs will be there. And so we are extremely excited about that. And I think it's going to be one of the greatest turnouts yet.
That is awesome. Oh yeah. So that's right. They do every year is the annual Ivan Koloff tournament, right?
Yeah,
And
it's the
yeah, okay.
14th one this
14th. Wow.
Yep.
Gosh,
And
time
COVID, you know,
flies,
was in
right?
there a little bit. My grandfather was actually a big part of it. I don't remember exactly what year it started because of COVID, but
Hmm.
NCWA has been amazing. They worked with my grandfather, and my grandfather wrestled for them, and it's just they've been such an amazing promotion for sure.
Yeah, I know those guys. I know in
Yeah, they're great, aren't they?
NCWA. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
great guys, man. Absolutely. I'm glad they're keeping things going with that. I mean, God, that's really
yeah, they're
cool.
growing
That
faster than people realize. I think this the Ivan tournament. This is by far the biggest show that they're doing, and I think it's going to be bigger next year for sure. They're going
fantastic,
places. They've got good talent out there for sure.
awesome. And this will be in Benson, North Carolina, right?
Yep, Benson, North Carolina. It's on all of our socials. We're blowing it up everywhere in CWA. It's all over socials there. So definitely come out and see us. You can get tickets on Eventbrite, and on the poster you can Cash App or PayPal for ticket money as well. It's selling out
Fan-
really, really fast.
fantastic, fantastic. So I know you've talked a little bit about the tour. You've talked a little bit, about Uncle Ivan and um, what he's meant to you. And and bits of growing up with Ivan. Is there anything on your end that you carry with you that you feel like Ivan's instilled in you? You have to this day.
Um, every day of my life, but namely, I think my work ethic I get from him more so than other things. I have a weird sense of humor too. I am very headstrong, but I think mainly my work and my love for the business, crazy enough. I didn't want to wrestle, but I definitely got the creativity and the understanding of like psychology, especially in a wrestling setting. I love business. I'm a little bit insane in that aspect like him. But my work ethic of he always told me I was strong like bull. Now that often was used when I was stubborn and he's like, "Man, you're strong like a bull." Or when we would work out together, I was like a stronger kid. I would work out with him in his workout room. He would say, "I'm strong like bull." But then later on, he would always say it to me even when it didn't make sense, like when I was crying about something or when I wasn't that happy about something. He's like, "You're strong like bull. You're strong like bull." And so after he died, that was kind of like in my mind all the time. And I realized he meant my work ethic was strong, like a bull, because that's how he had raised me. And
Right.
so now when you feel like I'm completely worn out, I have nowhere else to turn to, you just get back up anyways. When you have no more strength, you just get back up anyways. And so my work ethic comes from him quite a lot in that aspect, I'd say.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And he was such a workaholic too. Oh my gosh, he was a machine.
He was. It's a blessing and a curse sometimes to be raised by somebody like that.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
It's great until he's out there and he's like, "Go mow the lawn." I don't have any brothers. I'm the oldest daughter. And so I was like, "I'm your first grandson." And so he'd be like, "Go mow the lawn." And he loved it. I'd go mow the grass and weed eat and take care of the garden and all that stuff. So I definitely saw that work ethic up close.
uh, I was the oldest in my family, so I can relate.
Yeah. I wouldn't have it any other way either.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's really cool. Oh wow. I was going to tell you, I've seen Charlotte Flair say the same thing about her dad, right?
Yeah.
About
I
Rick.
think
About
it's
Rick.
really
What?
just kids of grandkids or kids of wrestlers have that mentality, seeing their parents go through it.
Right. She has to like keep him in check and put him in timeout sometimes,
Absolutely.
but she's got some of her dad's grit, right? So
Yeah. Yep. Another one is Kerry Morton, I think, has a similar mentality. You can see it in his wrestling
oh
style. He's an interesting one. You can see it when he physically wrestles. He wrestles a lot like his dad, and it's tremendous to see how every attribute of our parents and grandparents is passed on through their legacy like that. It's really fascinating to see that.
it's amazing to see Kerry's journey to what he
Yeah.
where he is at now. I mean, I mean, it was. I just felt like it was just yesterday. I remember Kerry it was like Lil Moto hanging out with Ricky Morton, and going to the shows with Ricky, and now he's this NWA star now, and just
Yeah.
traveling, doing
I've
his
really
thing,
enjoyed
and
watching NWA here lately. He's great. Miz
yeah.
is great up there. They're tons of them are great up there.
So and it's great to see the NWA still alive doing their thing.
Yeah. Billy Corgan's taking great care of it.
Absolutely. I had the pleasure of meeting Billy Corgan in Chicago with the one that at the one of the WCW events they had there,
Really.
and yeah, and very very nice guy, and such a huge wrestling fan on top of
He
that.
really
So
is.
it was yeah. So it was really cool meeting Billy in Chicago and stuff. And which Chicago was one of my favorite places to go, just because I mean the fans of Chicago were just tremendous. I mean there
Really.
was one time one of the fans gave me free hot wings for being there, and I
That's
thought that
nice.
was like the coolest thing ever. Yeah, right. You know, so but yeah, was really great, and I'm really glad he's helping keep NWA alive.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
That's
taken
really.
off tremendously well. Revived it. It's really
Hmm.
interesting to watch too. I'll sit and watch it for a couple of hours, and I'm like, man, where'd the time go? Like, the
Right.
storylines are really great. You don't find that very often anymore.
No, you really don't. And that's like you hit the nail on the head. That's the key to be to captivate your audience, and keep that
Yeah,
alive. I mean, that was
absolutely.
like back in the day. That I mean, uh, a lot of us in the ring were just so big masters of that. How they can captivate the audience, have and be engaging, have that emotional connection, if you will,
Yeah,
and I've preached that for the longest time. You were giving advice to others, like the younger generation. It's like you want to bring the audience in your world and have that emotional connection, because I mean it's such a powerful tool,
hmm,
to have that. That's why you see leaders throughout the years captivate millions through their speeches and all that, because they have the emotional attachment to what they're
hmm,
doing or saying. And so I mean it's all about believing in yourself, honestly, because
yeah,
I was told, I think even Ivan told me this a long time ago, is like, in order for others to believe in you, you first have to believe in yourself.
absolutely.
And if you believe in yourself, the others will believe in you, and once others believe in you, they'll follow you to the ends of the earth. You
Yep.
have that bond, that
Hmm.
tangible bond, if you will. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing. It really is.
it really is. It's like I call it wrestling like an art. Like when you're dancing or something like that, you have to portray that emotion for it to be believable for others to feel it through the screen. And wrestling, I think, is exactly that. It's an art form.
Oh, amen to that. Amen to that. I mean, emotion is such a powerful tool.
It really
I
is.
mean, and it's worked since the beginning of time, and it will always work. Always,
Exactly.
whenever you put your emotion to something, that just puts it a whole new level.
Yep. Absolutely. I
That's
agree with you
amazing.
on that one.
That's amazing, and it's great. You keeping that legacy alive through the tours, and educating the new audience of what
Yeah.
the Koloff family legacy is all about. And I think it's awesome. I really do. I
I'm
really
so
do.
glad. I'm so
Oh,
excited to be a part of it. Even not even just audience, but even indie wrestlers. I work with them quite a bit. And you mentioned watching videos and going back and looking at things. And so I'll go and tell these people, okay, we'll see what he did, and kind of I don't really know as much about the technical side of wrestling, but I can see things that my grandfather did and maybe what he might would say to them. And so studying wrestling and my grandfather's videos with them is something we see quite often to keep that legacy alive in a new modern generation of wrestling as well, not just the audience.
absolutely. I know one thing above many that he really instilled in a lot of us is believability in the
Yeah.
business. To be believable in what you do and what you say,
Hmm.
and that have conviction,
Yeah.
and and that carried with us, a lot of us, through the years. And if you watch a lot a lot of his tapes and a lot of his body of work. I mean, he had that aura of believability. I mean, you believe he
Yeah.
was going to like tear into somebody in the ring. You believe every word he spoke when he got on the microphone and did his promos. I mean, it was just.
Yep.
I mean, there's no doubt he was the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, right?
Yeah. And I didn't
And
get to see it back then. Like I didn't get to watch it, but I got to see that believability when people would come up to our table and they'd curse out my grandfather at the dinner table. That happened more times than I could count. Somebody see us in Walmart and just yada yada, they go off on them, and that's how you understand believability as the grandkid. I didn't get to see the promos in person and see the hate then, but it carried over into the 2000s. So it definitely was believable. It worked. You get to see the effects of it.
I, oh guys, I remember watching the old promo they did with Pat Patterson back in the day, where he just slaps the skin right off his face. Oh my gosh!
You're
I
going to
mean,
love this. I
okay,
used to sit there. That video, YouTube had just come out. It was just a thing. Completely
okay,
foreign to him. He had no clue really what YouTube was. So they had a computer, and I would sit at this computer, and I somehow or another, don't know how I found YouTube, but I found a video of Ivan Koloff slapping Pat Patterson, and I made him sit in the chair beside me and watch it for at least 30 minutes at a time. I would just replay it and replay it. Probably 500,000 of the views on that video was just me as a kid watching it, because I would make him sit there and watch it. And he's like, "Baby, why is this funny to you?" I would sit there till my stomach hurt laughing about how he flew him across the room. Like I've memorized every detail of that video. And he would go,
oh wow.
you'd go away muttering, "I don't understand why you like that video so much. I just hit the dude." And he would tell me everything. Like, I didn't mean to hit him like that. You know, he busted his eardrum. I didn't mean to do that. And I was like, "I don't care. It's funny. Watch it again." And so he'd come back and sit down and watch it again. He hated that video because I made him watch it so many times.
That's great. Oh gosh, I had tears in my eyes. I was laughing so hard every time I saw that video. I'm like, oh my lord. It's I don't know why it struck me funny like that, but I was just rolling. Oh my gosh. I
I
I
think
think
it's funnier because he didn't mean to hit him like that. And I think you can see that on
right.
his face. If he's like, "Oh crap." You can see that's not faking that at all. That's real. I love that video.
Oh gosh. I can almost see Pat Patterson speaking in French after that. After
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my goodness. And another funny video I see was when him and Nikita was doing the promo with David Crockett, where Nikita
Mhm.
gives David Crockett the Russian sickle,
Oh, yeah.
and
That's a good one.
and the camera pans over to Barbarian in the ring with Paul Jones,
Yeah.
it literally shows Barbarian laughing in the ring, watching Nikita sickle David Crockett.
My sisters, like my younger sisters, they're starting to learn wrestling. And so we'll watch some of these older videos. And their favorite is the one where I don't remember what year it was, but it's Nikita, my grandfather, and Ric Flair. My grandfather's going
Mhm.
off on Ric Flair, and somehow or another, Nikita just rips the clothes off of him and throws him in the ring. My sisters have watched that video so many times and laughed and cackled at Uncle Nikita. And Papa's just sitting there watching him, and you can tell he's trying not to laugh too. It's the funniest thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was great. Oh gosh. Oh man. Great times.
Absolutely.
Even those moments that we talked about, in a roundabout way, you could see Ivan's sense of humor.
A lot of it was on the fly too. This was not a script. This was not. That's just him. That was him and his
Right.
wild imagination at work in the moment. I think that's what makes those promos so good too. You can see his wheels turning. There's like smoke coming out his ears as he's doing this. It's the funniest thing to watch him.
And see, that's what back in those days, that's what made it so entertaining to watch, was the fact that, everybody had their creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
Everybody had their input into what was going on, and I feel like nowadays, at times, even though nowadays you got some great athletes,
Yeah.
men and women athletes. It's
Absolutely.
incredible. It's incredible what they can do, but at times I feel like it's too structured, if that makes any sense,
Yeah, I can see that.
to where, they're, it's almost like, I don't know, this, I don't know what's the phrase I'm looking for, phoning it in, more or less.
Mm,
Whereas, back then, everybody had their input, their creative input in doing things, and it just came off more organic, and
yeah,
more entertaining, and more believable to the fact that, you actually can believe something like that would happen. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And some of the best things in wrestling are not planned. Trust me.
absolutely. 1000%
And,
agree with that.
uh, just like, I'll give an example. Jake Snake Roberts with his DDT. That was an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, he accidentally tripped on the front face lock, and he came up with a DDT.
I think
You
what
know,
makes it so funny too, those things that you don't mean to happen, is their recovery is completely organic and creative. And so I think you, like we were on the brink of earlier, that creative side of them coming out is what makes it so interesting. That availability for, oh crap, I got to recover from this, and they're trying to
right?
bring it back. It's amazing. You can see their wheels turning. It's so cool.
It really is. And I and like like some of the best angles that you see, and storylines and all that are pretty much primal. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
and it's the fact that, you can tell that it was well thought out, and had organic input, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like some of my, I mean, some of my best matches, honestly, was not pre-planned. Believe it or not. you know, it- well, back in those days, it was like you pretty much have to read the temperature in the room,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense, and
Yeah. It
to
does.
go with the flow, and because what match style may work in one place may not necessarily work in another place. So you just learned how to
Yeah.
adjust and adapt, improvise and
Yeah.
adapt.
Yeah.
And then especially when you go overseas and you have the language barrier and all that. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
much body language from that point.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, that room is what pays for you to be there too. So that's kind of what I'm working with on some of the guys that I'm working with now. That room is why you're there. And so if you don't read that room
Right.
well enough, then you're not going to get paid to come back. So it does. It
Absolutely.
helps to. That's what this whole industry is about: is creating something for the fans. But if you're just creating content for them, that's not for them, they're not going to be receptive to it, and you're out of a job.
Yes, content is the key word right there.
Yep.
Absolutely. You nailed another one on the head. I mean, that's it. You got to be engaging with the audience. I mean, they
Absolutely.
want to they want to be in your world, and let them in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Controlled chaos is a great term that we use.
Yes. Control chaos. I love it. That's awesome. That's so cool. So yeah, is there any do you have any goals that you still would like to achieve in what you're doing?
Hmm. Um, Goal wise, I think creating a, not necessarily a business per se, but creating an opportunity for people in just wrestling and different entertainment fields to be able to pursue their careers. I think that's really what my papa's legacy is all about: is creating opportunities and giving people resources. So I think really my goal always has been and will always be. I don't think it's a goal I'll ever really achieve, but always creating more opportunities and resources for people to grow and do what they're passionate about. That's really the only goal that I have and will probably forever be my goal.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, well, any help I can be on my end for you guys, please let me know. I'm always here for you all 24/7. So
We
I'm
really
just happy.
appreciate that.
I'm really happy. I'm able to catch up with you all, and touch base. It's been
Have you had any of
way
the
too
guys
long.
on the podcast?
I'm sorry.
Have you had any of the other guys on the podcast? My
Not
uncles and my
yet.
cousin?
Not yet,
If you need
unfortunately.
to, I'm sure they would love to.
I would love to have them on, really, and please give them all my best. And if they, if them or yourself like to come back on anytime, you're always welcome.
Yeah, I'll send them a message today. I'm sure they would love talking to you.
Oh, same here, same here. And please give family my love, and I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I mean, you're family to me, and always will be.
Thank you. We really
It's so.
appreciate you too.
Thank you so much. God bless you all. If how can fans stay in touch with you all and what's going on with you?
So we're all really active on social media. All of my social medias is at Melodie Koloff, MELODIE KOLOFF. Neil and Uncle Vladimir and Uncle Nikita, all on Facebook, all on Instagram. We all stay really active. So send us messages. Just comment on stuff, get in touch with us that way. I also have an email that's open kind of for all of the Koloffs. It's at melodiekoloff@gmail.com. So we'd love to hear not only just your stories, but if you want us at a convention near you, or if you want us anywhere, that's what this is all about, is helping the fans and connecting with fans, making more memories. So if you'd like to share your memories or create more, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Melody. This has been amazing. And please come back on anytime you like. And to close this out, would you like to say a little prayer with me?
Sure.
Okay, here it goes. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together and to catch up with family. And please watch over Melody and her family, and guard them in all their ways. And as we all strive for your glory and love, and show that love and strength for others as well. And we pray this in Christ Jesus' name. We pray. Amen.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so.
Rob, for having me on.
Thank you so much, Melody. It's been a pleasure. Take care of yourself, and please, you guys, stay in touch.
We will. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time, okay?
Okay. God bless you all. Thank you.